This is National Native News. I'm Antonia Gonzalez. Legal online sports betting in Wisconsin would have to go through in-state tribal computer servers under a bipartisan bill given final okay by the state legislature Tuesday. Chuck Quirmbach reports.
Supporters and critics of online sports betting acknowledge it frequently occurs in Wisconsin. Gamblers go through commercial companies like DraftKings. But the Wisconsin Constitution says most legal betting can only occur on sovereign tribal properties here, regulated by state tribal gaming compacts. The just-passed bill by the legislature attempts to reinforce that online sports bets in the state must go through the 11 federally recognized tribes in Wisconsin. Shannon Holsey is president of the Stockbridge-Munsee Band of Mohican Indians. She says the new legislation is good public policy.
It provides clarity, respect to tribal sovereignty, and it strengthens Wisconsin's long-standing state and tribal partnership. And especially for our tribe and all tribes, it really creates opportunity while allowing us to grow responsibly, securely, and on our own terms.
Holsey says any additional revenue for the Stockbridge-Munsee would go toward funding things like tribal housing, health care, and public safety. Remarks opposing the Wisconsin sports betting bill center on what critics say is the possibility of more people becoming addicted to gambling. Steve Nass is a Republican state senator.
Making gambling easier and more accessible online will only accelerate these harms. Family breakdown, lost productivity, addiction treatment.
But other supporters of the sports betting bill say more ways to prevent problem gambling could now be negotiated with the tribes. Wisconsin Governor Tony Evers still has to sign the legislation, and the federal government still has to okay amended gaming compacts. For National Native News, I'm Chuck Quirmbach.
Jesse Holmes was the first musher to reach the end of the 1,000-mile trail from Anchorage to Nome, winning his second consecutive Iditarod. As KMBA's Rhonda McBride reports, Indigenous mushers were still out on the trail Wednesday morning.
Pete Kaiser, a Yupik from Bethel, and Ryan Reddington, an Inupiaq from Kinnick, were finishing their mandatory 8-hour rest in White Mountain, one of the last 2 checkpoints in the race. Both former champions were hoping for a repeat, but Kaiser says his team contracted a stomach virus on the trail, so he rested them more to give them time to recover. Kaiser told the Iditarod Insider that this changed his focus.
I've been kind of reminiscing and soaking in the sights more than ever, trying to be in the moment more than stressing out about placement and different things like that. So, of course, it would have been fun to be further up, but that's not always in the cards. And I've had a good trip.
Kaiser's team is positioned to finish in the top 10. He says the cold, dry snow on the Bering Sea coast has been one of the biggest challenges because it sticks to the sled runners. Reddington, who was running not far behind Kaiser, told the Iditarod Insider this last stretch of trail has also tested his team.
Hopefully we get a little less wind, and if it is windy, I'm going to take a lot more rest.
There were also 3 rookie Indigenous mushers in the race. Jesse Terry, an Anishinaabe from Ontario, is in 16th place, and Kevin Hansen, an Inupiaq from Kotzebue, in 21st. Jody Potts-Joseph, a Han-Gwich'in from Eagle Village, who had to contend with bison on the trail, pulled out of the race yesterday after her team came down with kennel cough. She said that she had to put her team first. In Anchorage, I'm Rhonda McBride.
And I'm Antonia Gonzalez.
National Native News is produced by Quirmbach Broadcast Corporation with funding by the Corporation for Public Broadcasting.
Support by the Gathering of Nations Powwow. The last dance is this April 24th and 25th at Expo, New Mexico. The Gathering of Nations Traders Market will be in the Creative Arts and Lujan buildings both days. Tickets available at gatheringofnations.com and at the gates.
Support by the American Indian College Fund, providing millions of dollars of scholarships to Native students every year. Applications are accepted through May 31st at collegefund.org or by phone at 800-766-FUND.
Native Voice One, the Native American Radio Network.